Hi guys, so I'm going to do today's read for the Lionsgate portal, but I want to talk a little bit about being authentic because this is one of the things that is coming through with my downloads that has been really popping up, is especially to be being authentic during this time, to come out of the broom closet. There is definitely a call to do that, especially with everything that is going on in the world. As you can see, the world is at the foundation of my layout right now. And there is definitely a call for all the light people to come out as they are. And I want you to kind of take note. I have the high priestess here. So there are those that are going to watch this video that are intuitives, that are spiritually gifted, and that knows some of the mysteries of the high priestess. And there is definitely a call for them to come out, to start doing readings, to really get out there and give these messages of spirit. You know, if we're getting downloads, they're meant to be shared. I feel like that's what you guys need to understand. They're not just totally for you. I mean, they are for you, but they're also to be shared with others during this time. And it's very critical. I was reflecting a little bit today, and I was thinking about the early Christians. This just kind of came through on one of my downloads. But before Constantine, so let's say pre-Constantine, after the resurrection and the ascension that Jesus did, and he left all of the disciples who ended up becoming the apostles. And they had the Pentecost and the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and then they went out to share the message. And what happened to them? Most of them were killed, right? We pretty much know. Some of them were not 100% sure exactly what happened. Some is speculation, but we know pretty much they went out to spread the message and they became martyrs of the path. We don't know what happened to the Apostle Paul. That is another mystery. Some say he was beheaded by Rome. We don't 100% know. But back in the day, they were the ones who suffered persecution for their faith. And then later it became the religion of Rome. And then they started doing the persecution, which I don't think was the way Jesus wanted it to go, but probably knew it would happen. So a lot of people, when they kind of look at their spiritual path, especially being unique, because Christianity way back in that day was a unique path. It was unheard of. It was completely different and radical for its day. This, you could say, the light worker path, and this kind of spiritual path, especially that any path which is incorporating Eastern religions, because it does have a lot of the East mixed in, meeting the West is a lot of what this is about. But there are people who are afraid of being persecuted, be it by friends or family, the world at large, and they're in the closet. But it is important to come out as you are. And that's especially what the Lionsgate portal is really talking about, is the world needs us. The world needs us to come out because it's not going to save itself. Let's put it that way. The world is not going to save itself. It takes everybody coming together to be able to save this world. If we're going to get to the new earth, Ace of Earth right there. If we're going to get to the new earth, we've got to come out and do something about it. And the old ways, go to war, this, that was that's the old model, to go out and conquer and do various things, good versus evil. The light worker has a different way, especially of showing love and compassion for others. Now, this way you would see it. It started coming out in various movements. It has happened, and it has been successful, though people were persecuted. It does happen that can be the path. But it's definitely something, if we're going to help humanity, we have to all come out. We can't just hide and let everybody else take over. And if you look at my read on the collective shadow, you can see many are projecting their shadows. So as this is coming in very strongly, just like yin and yang work, here comes the dark, here comes the shadow pushing in, so the light has to come out. And that's especially what the balance is. We need to get that balance. It's too much shadow in the world right now. We are suffocating because everybody is projecting their shadow right now. So it's only natural that the light is going to come in and push it back. That's what it does. And so that's why the balance card is there. Everything is going to inevitably harmonize. So this is especially why you are seeing a call. And if you are experiencing downloads, coming in, this is a big one. Now, I also have the Queen of Earth. So she is very natural. That is one of the things about her. You know, she is very natural in the physical. We know she is very good at being resourceful and attracting abundance. But I also get the message, be you, be natural, express yourself. You know, this is not the time, you know, to try to pretend to be something you are not. And this is a big problem with the world. Ego, that's exactly what it is about. It's putting on a mask and being something other than who you are on the inside. So what's really important to come out of the broom closet during this time, that was definitely a message that was coming through. The good thing is I do have the awakening cards. So many people are going to wake up during this Lion's portal. They are going to become more aware. There are a lot of people who have been progressively awakening in little bits here and there. A lot of things, you know, have happened in the world. Obviously, protests have been a big one to make people aware of certain problems that they thought wasn't necessarily as big of a problem, but now are completely aware it's in our face, the problems that we have. And now one of the other cards I do have is the Three of Fire. Now, this is a very interesting one because in tarot, the man is standing there with the three wands and the ship is kind of coming in. And so one of the things when I look at the Three of Fire in this read for Lion's Portal and how desperately people want the new earth to come, we also have Christians waiting for the second coming. You know, they're all sitting there on edge because of everything going on in the world. They feel like it's the end. I know they do. And we kind of feel like it's the end of something too. I would say we're both right. You know, we're not in opposition on that. There is an end of something, and we're very aware that that is occurring bit by bit. But waiting for the ship to come in is something with the Three of Fire, is that the Christians may be waiting on the second coming, but we know we need to take action. The Three of Fire is very much an action kind of card. So it's like we got to take action to kind of make that ship come in versus just waiting for it to happen and letting everything just fall apart at the seams until somebody has to come here and save us from ourselves. And just like in the scriptures, I believe it says something like Jesus is saying that if he would not have shown up, there would be no one left. You know, is kind of how the scripture plays out. And I've always believed, and I believe this is kind of the light worker way, that we don't have to have some kind of apocalyptic kind of drama to get to the new earth. We can do it if we all work together. We have always been able to bypass that. That has always been my belief. And that it doesn't have to go that road. We are not robots. We are not being controlled to the point that we all have to destroy ourselves because of some prophecy. It does not have to happen. I know, you know, it's very scary looking at the world as it is right now. But if everybody came together and began to work, you know, together as one, we can totally avoid that and get to the new earth without all that drama. And that's one of the reasons, especially, the masks need to come off now. We have to live in our truth. We have to speak our truth. We have to get out there. You know, all of those who have awakened, it's time. You know your purpose. I feel you know, sometimes people are like, what is my purpose? Here it is. Here it is. Look at the world. You are to contribute to get everything to the new earth in some way. And what you're going to do with that, and that the action that you take is going to be different for everyone. Now, one of the cards that I end with is life experience. Now, one of the interesting things, as I was just talking about this chaotic end, or we could go to the new earth much more smoothly by working together. The life experience card in this angel deck is actually the Tower. Okay, and obviously the Tower is chaos. Anybody in tarot knows that. Very traumatic chaos. Could be a sign of war. But this is the life experience card in the angel deck. There is a softer way, and I'll go ahead and read it. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. So think of that, a powerful revelation that needs to change. What is the last book in the Bible? Revelation. So we, as you could see, if we learn from these life experiences, we do not have to go that road. And kind of look at the imagery, a beautiful new earth, angelic, heaven and earth become one. We can totally have that without this dramatic apocalyptic type of middle leading to this good earth. And I kind of sit there and it's like, why would you reward humankind with a new earth if everybody is destroying each other? That's one of the things that's kind of crazy. I pulled some oracle cards. Let me go ahead and go over them. And I think this card I may have pulled before. Where am I called to use my voice right now? This is definitely what everyone needs to look at. Where am I called to use my voice right now? And as we're in the Lion's Portal, and one of the things we've been talking about in the group, being authentic, coming out of the broom closet, showing the world who you are, and giving these messages. It's not as dangerous as it used to be. Like I was saying, for the Christians, they all became martyrs. We do not necessarily have to become martyrs if we don't want to. But, we've got to change this world. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? So that's another thing, is really getting to that purpose. What do I want? What do I want to be doing? What do I want to do with this spiritual growth? I've been doing all the studying, reading the books, using the crystals, reading the tarot, doing the Reiki. What does my soul really want? And then some other cards I have. From the Lemuria deck, I have the healing card. And that's especially what we need to get everybody on this earth, get them in that mode. We need healing right now. We need it in the physical with the pandemic. Obviously we need to heal in that way, but especially the inner. Everybody, if they could all get to a place of healing, we would easily get to the new earth, because so many are wounded. Even people that you see angry and fighting and debating, if you see them on social media, just going at it and fighting with people, and the people that are angry, somewhere in there is pain. And it's kind of like there is something in them that wants to be acknowledged, that wants to be heard, but somewhere buried in there is pain. I want you to remember that. Even what seems the worst of the worst, in there is always pain. And then, of course, the earth. And this is one of the things we want to take care of. Nurture nature. This is one of the big things that all the light people need to come out. The earth will take care of itself, but it doesn't mean we need to tear it up. It would have to rejuvenate. But, taking care of the earth, this is our mother. This is our home. Think about that. This is our home and we're destroying it. So all the light people need to be working together and doing various things so we could take care of our earth. There are people who have no respect for it, and it's sad. I have the card Get Grounded, especially during Lionsgate Portal. It's going to unground you. So definitely see how he's centered and meditating, and maybe, sit under a tree, get out in the garden and get grounded. But definitely get outdoors during this time. I know it's hot for some of you, but you need to get outdoors. And then I also have the Keepers of the Earth, in that the ancestors are with you. So you have all your guides are to your avail, leading you to be your authentic self. And then the final one, transformation. And like it says, Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So this is a time of healing, that is true, and transformation. It is a time of awakening, so expect people to be awakening. You may have some friends who come to you. I had a dream last night and I can't explain it. You're into all this stuff. Can you tell me what it means? You may have people coming to you that are aware of some of the things you do on the path, and they will have questions, and that is the opportunity to get them to awaken to some of their experiences. But expect more people in the world to have very significant experiences, life experiences, and there's going to be more of them. And if you see them, say on social media, they have a question and you don't know that person, give them an answer. Share what you know during this time is really important. But, this is the time to begin to be you. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Don't hide anymore. This is the time to be you. That is a message I'm definitely getting from this Lion's portal. Be authentic. And if you don't know who you are, ask the Spirit to show you. Ask them to show you who you are. Meditation is a real good way to know who you are, to really tune in during this time. I hope you enjoyed my reading.